I don't know why I feel the need to push back against YankeeMarshall's rhetoric. I guess it's because it's the perfect example of gun-loving liberals and the problems that, liberty-minded gun lovers. It's an example of the problems we face. People like the Yankee Marshall and his liberal, his leftist ideology, is a gun lover. But every time he sees something, like capitalism or freedom or liberty, it apparently must be like a cross in front of a vampire, because it drives him batty. And there's nobody really pushing back against this stuff. I'm surprised, even G-Webs, and for people who don't know, I'm sure a lot of, even my customers and friends of mine who don't understand some of my videos, there's the gun community on YouTube, and I've been involved with it for over 10 years. And did we start in 2006? Yeah, 2006. And I've made probably 3,000 videos. I've got two channels, the Artisan Tony channel and my Artisan Construction channel, which I've been neglecting. And really, I may just go back to that because I'm getting so tired of this drama in the gun community that it's silly, and nobody's pushing back against it. I was watching Yankees chat again last night, and he's the ultimate hypocrite. He sits there taking super chat money, $50, $20, $30 at a time, from his sheepish followers. They're all a bunch of leftists too. And he's sitting there bashing Eric and Chad for making money, for being paid actors. What this really is about is the leftist ideology. That's what it is really about. If you get down to the root of it, here's an example. Yankee hates Trump, okay? And Trump stands for, what Trump does is make the leftist ideology cringe, right? Because, and I'll tell you why. Trump is somebody who knows how to get things done, and he's an expert at showing the ineptness of government. And see that, government is like the church for leftists, and so that's their source of revenue, that's their source of ideology, that's their source of jobs for the most part. Look at how many people just work in government. I mean, so when you have somebody like Trump who's so efficient, we have a problem with immigration, build a wall. We have a problem with taxes, tax cuts. We have whatever it is. We have a problem with health care. Stop the payments of our tax dollars to insurance companies. It's illegal, and it was deemed illegal. And he says, okay, I'm going to stop it. What do leftists do? They cry like little girls, because they know that what he is doing is pointing out the inefficiencies and the weakness of a big government. And it just drives them batty. And of course, I think this is the root of all of this. Eric and Chad are the best guys you could ever meet. I have known them for 5 or 6 years. I've been in all their shoots. They've signed the crickets. They've always helped. They've always been supportive of goodness, okay? They haven't supported me. They're not supporting me. They're supporting what we're trying to do and helping vets and that kind of thing. It doesn't have anything to do with me or my channel. They're supporting goodness, okay? And they support all kinds of things, youth programs and sport, shooting sports, all this stuff. They support the NRA. And this is the other thing, the new hate for the NRA from leftists is just hilarious. I laugh. I sit there and cringed last night watching the comments, F the NRA, F the NRA. F Yeager, F Eric, F Chad. It's moronic and it's immoral, because there's this thing that called liberty that our founding fathers designed into our constitutional republic. Our founding fathers were, you can say they're geniuses, but I believe they were inspired by, there was some divine intervention, okay, to create our society based on individual freedoms. In a nutshell, that is what our society is based on. And this idea of individual freedom drives leftists batty. It drives them nuts. It's so fun to watch that a bunch of sheep, thinking about individual freedom and liberty. And this is what we're talking about, because Eric and Chad and James Yeager have a right to do whatever they want to do. It doesn't matter if they're making billions of dollars while they're helping gun rights. What is it? When did it become a sin to make money and help people that own guns at the same time? You're a moron, Yankee. You're just an idiot. And nobody is pushing back. It is ridiculous, and it is enough. If I didn't love the Second Amendment, I would just say screw the YouTube gun community, because nobody's pushing back against this crap, and you're just allowing it to happen. Gunchannels.com. Why the hell are you supporting this guy? Why are you supporting people? Don't you know, G-Webs, don't you know James Yeager? Don't you know, I know you probably haven't met Eric and Chad. If you met Eric and Chad, it would be the same as if when you met James Yeager. You know him. You know he's a good person. Okay? And this hate mongering is ridiculous in the gun community. It's the epitome. Leftists are the epitome of hypocrites, because they will sit and enjoy views on their videos and money coming in from their AdSense, maybe not so much now, but they were before, and money coming in from their Patreons. Have you seen the list of Patreon supporters that Yankee has? The number of liberal sheep that follow him? He is making money left and right. And he is sitting here saying that he is not. And that, excuse me, my cold's catching up with me. And I'm not going crazy. I haven't taken any cold medicine yet. So, it's just amazing. The hypocrisy of the left is just astonishing. And nobody's pushing back. Nobody. And it's enough to just drive me to the point where, golly, why do I fool with this mess? Why do I fool with and James Yeager's right. Jesus, when he first said this, when he was trying to describe, I don't believe he's describing it exact. I think what it is it's the leftist ideology versus freedom-loving ideology, right? It's not the gun culture versus the gun community. I just believe the terms are mixed up. Just go ahead and call it what it is. It's the leftist mentality. It's the gun-loving liberals in the gun community, okay, that cause everybody all this grief. They're the ones who support the gun laws secretly. They're the ones who bash the NRA. They're the ones who bash Hickok, James Yeager, Eric, Chad, all the freedom lovers out there. They are the people who are causing the problems. And all we do is sit around and just, oh, well, whatever. And, as long as it's promoting my website at gunchannels.com, it's okay, And you sit there in the chat and say, oh, wow, we got 1,200. Don't you realize that when you have 1,200 people watching Yankee, that 90% of them just want to see a car wreck? Don't you understand that? Maybe it's 50-50. I don't know, because he does have a lot of lunatics that follow him. But can you imagine this? I mean, you can always tell somebody by the language they use. And if you look at his comments, if you look at the comments by his followers, they have a hard time even typing English and and they're always using these curse words and this vitriol that they spew against freedom-loving people. I hate to tell you this, people, but capitalism is what fuels freedom, okay? And our founding fathers knew that. It's the motor that, it's like when Tesla invented the electric motor that generated AC current. That motor opened up endless opportunities. It opened up freedom itself. Endless opportunity in technology, and capitalism is the same. Capitalism is the motor that drives freedom. Our founding fathers knew this, and they understood that free market capitalism was what was going to drive individual freedom, because any person in this country can do anything they want to. They can design a product, they can build a product, they can sell a product, and put hard work into it, make all the money they want to make, and in turn those people can get taxed and help the freaking people who don't want to do that. And those people, if it weren't for the 1%ers, probably the top 30%, if it wasn't for them, you could forget it. Those are the people who produce the wealth. If you haven't figured it out by now, that socialism and communism will always run out of money because at some point you will run out of somebody else's money. You have to have people creating the wealth. You have to have people with vision, people who want to design, build, create things, who want to produce wealth, so that you can suck their lifeblood out, so that we can have this safety net, and you can have your little safe place on YouTube, so that you can bitch about people like Eric and Chad and James Yeager and Hickok. They are the ones that provide you the freedom to be able to do that in the first place. That is the ultimate in hypocrisy. See you guys.